Alright guys, I managed to take all the bolts out. It's a little difficult, so I had to drop the recording gadget, which is my phone. Alright, let me see how I can do this. It's kind of hard to hold the the phone and record at the same time, Let me see what I could do. Okay, when doing this job, you're gonna need a small ratchet to be able to get in the corners like this. When you get to these corners over here, in order to get in here to this side, you're gonna need something like this. So it gets uncomfortable when you get to these corners, but you're gonna need basically these here. This one here, the small one. You need this one, and then you need the 10mm wrench. All right, that's it. So this is what you got when you remove it. Here you got the solenoids. These are solenoids here. Range sensors. Alright, so if you don't change your oil when you're supposed to, these things, they're gonna get clogged up. Alright, and then your transmission is gonna jump, and you're gonna start, if you don't know nothing about car, you're gonna start thinking that you're having issues with your transmission. And you might go to a rip-off mechanic and you're gonna get screwed over. Alright, so now we're gonna remove the bolts for the oil, for the filter, for the oil filter. Once you remove these bolts, this drops down. Make sure you're careful. Don't put these bolts on the floor. All right, because you're gonna pick up debris and it's gonna get on the thread part. So put them somewhere safe. Okay, once you do this, your car should run much smoother. I've known people that had like a kind of like somewhat of a hard shift, and they were totally unaware that you're supposed to service your transmission. A lot of people, they're just like they're oblivious when it comes to that, because they're everywhere they go, they tell them, no, why would you do that? But what do you mean, why would you do that? This is an engine, all right, with oil. Anything that has oil should have that oil replaced at a certain point. Okay, so can't go by that. So I've known people who's had a hard shifting. Once they listened to me and did their oil change, their car ran a lot smoother, and I've experienced it too. So this is what you got to do, guys, especially if you got a sealed transmission. All right. So this is what the filter looks like. Let's put this on the side. So I got the Beck and Arley filter. Comes with the gasket. Hey, when you do this, make sure you put the new O-ring in here, gasket, whatever. See that? Then you're gonna just put it back. Make sure your O-ring stays in place. Kind of forgot the position. So like this. All right, let's see. It goes this way. Had it all wrong all along. Tell you, it's kind of hard to concentrate when you're doing this with one hand. This goes here. Black part goes up. You're gonna give it a little push. Start putting back the bolts. If you do this when you're supposed to, and you don't drive erratically, like step on your gas to the extreme, you know, while you're waiting on a light, like if you're on a speed race, if you treat your transmission right, you shouldn't have any transmission issues. It's very important. It's maintenance. It's what you have to do. All right, now we tighten it up. Let's see, just snug up. Remember, this is aluminum, and that's just a filter. You don't have to go so tight with it. That's it. About 7 years ago, I had to change a range sensor. The transmission was shifting erratically at, I believe it was at the second gear. It's a good thing it gave me a code when I put the OBD reader, and I said range sensor, and I was able to take off the range sensor. It was on this side, if I'm not mistaken. Pulled off the range sensor and replaced it, and well, yeah, 7.5 years later now, the van's been running great. So, I mean, if you go to a mechanic for something like that, then, you know, before that I had never serviced a transmission. So I guess, you know, at some point that solenoid got clogged up, because those things have like a little mesh in the front. It's a micro mesh. So imagine if your oil is dirty, how is oil going to flow in through there? Okay, then, so your transmission won't shift if oil doesn't get through them chambers. So, and make sure you clean this. Where the gasket's gonna sit at. Hey, look at the rod. That's a dipstick rod. See, it sticks out all the way down here. Yeah. That's the same dipstick that you pull off on the top to check your oil. Yeah. That's it. So basically what you do is you're gonna do a flush. Okay, flush, put in your new filter, and just fill. That's it. Whatever's missing from the pan, that's all you're gonna do. Okay, that's it. Looking good. All right, now we're going to put the gasket on the pan. We're gonna make sure that this also is clean when we pull out this gasket. You don't want no debris pressing up against the gasket, all right? Yeah, so this is the one that I used to remove the bolt from the bottom to drain the drain plug, all right? It's a 3/8. Oh no, it's starting to rain now. I may have to close everything up. Continue later. Alright guys, so that's basically it for this video. It's starting to rain now, so I'm just gonna basically put the gasket back and put the bolts back, and that's it. And just fill up the tranny and just check it with the dipstick. Turn on the van. I'll be going through the gears once everything looks topped off, and I'll be shifting from parking to drive to reverse to neutral. I'll be going through each gear on the shift without moving the vehicle, all right, while I'm parked. Making sure that all that oil flows through them chambers, all right, and that's basically it. The boy Gus, over and out.